Hey, good morning everybody. What we're going to do, we got heavy rains last night, so job I was going to go do this morning, pretty much going to be too wet. I don't like going to someone's yard and causing more damage and have to fix it for free. There's just no way I'm going to get a machine where I got to work without really messing up their yard. So I'll take a day like today. I got to screen up some gravel. My Easy Screen 500 works pretty good on a day like today. What I'm screening to is like it's a sandy gravel. I just want to clean it up a little bit. I got a project coming up where I got to fill in a pretty good void in someone's yard. He doesn't want to do it all with like a sandy, like he doesn't want just straight sand. The house is like, I want to say the house is 3 years old now. The guy that did the lawn, that built the home for him, did the septic and stuff, and then they decided to clear off probably an acre and a half of grass, and it just doesn't grow good. Where his leach field is like probably 12 to 18 inches higher than the rest of the yard, and it's driving him nuts. So we got to fill that in, sweep it so that it's not, right now it kind of comes out and then dips like 18 inches, and then there's still a hollow, and then it picks up where the house is with the grass. So it's just something that's aggravating him. So he called me the other day and he goes, hey, we got to come up with something. I repaired his driveway too last year because he wasn't happy with the drainage issue. So we got the drain right before snow hit last year. I did this job. I put some basically French drains in that run to a rock wall on the back side of his property. So I got to do this job coming up. we're going to coat the whole driveway with reground hot top, and we're going to fill this big void in. But he doesn't want straight sand because that's all in his property, and he wants to be able to dig a hole later on and plant a tree and have a couple feet of good soil. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take some of that sandy gravel, run it through my screener with a 1-inch screen, and we're going to mix that in with some manure, a new manure pile I got that's probably been burned out for like 2.5 years. It'll make a better base than just having straight sand. Like I said, he wants to be able to dig, if he decides a year from now to plant a tree somewhere, he wants to be able to dig a hole and have a couple feet of good soil. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I just thought it'd be a good short video. I'm not one that tapes everything I do, but people seem to be interested enough so they want to see what I do. So it's just kind of cool what I do on a rainy day. Right now it's just like a mist out, but it's going to be on and off showers. An hour ago it was raining like hard, but I'm going to go up and see if we can screen some of this and show you what we do. I'm also probably going to be picking up a chipper. That will be another video, but I'm giving some serious thought about getting a chipper. I'm sick of dealing with the brush. I got to go pretty far now to get rid of my brush, or pay pretty good per load. Normally I take one of my 14 or 16 foot trailer. Stumps I still want to keep getting rid of, but it's time consuming to drive all the way over this place to get rid of brush. You'll see I started doing that yesterday, I should say last night, because it was starting to get kind of rainy, and I figured I'd try to, I probably need, I don't know, probably 60 or 80 yards of that when I'm done. I'm also going to bring some of the sandy gravel to fill. Some of it's like 18 inches deep. I'm not gonna fill that. I'm not gonna do that whole thing. This little girl will start right up. The thing in my videos, when I'll say something good or bad, these Honda motors you really can't beat. Still doing a lot of road work. It's making a pretty sandy gravel, but there is enough 1/2 inch or 3/4 rock in it, so I'm going to keep it. You'll see this pile, that's pretty sandy. This is a lot better gravel. You'll see the colored rock in it. Depending on what I do with it, but like I said, everything I bring home now gets sifted through this thing. Believe it or not, this stuff looks like crap, but I'll have people sometimes that want to make a landing to let a skidder come in off the road, and they'll buy that by the load to make a landing and get, like, a lot of times when they're logging, they'll just bust a hole through a rock wall to get a landing where they can have a shipper come in, and that's all they want to put. Most homeowners, that will look natural a year later, where if you use a granite erosion stone like over there, it just looks like a construction site for a long time. I'll take a quick shot. That's how much rain we got last night. It's puddled right up pretty good. I'll have to dig into that to get some dry stuff. I hate delivering on days, but I'm behind on my deliveries. I got a bark mulch and a couple loads of gravel. It sucks because it sticks in the bottom of the dump body, and I also got to fix my top today. I bent the hell out of it the other day, put brush in my truck. Another reason I'm getting the chipper. I'm just sick of hauling it. What I do is about every 4 or 5 scoops, I'll take and throw that rock back through it one more time. It gets out a lot more of the 3/4 and 1/2 inch rock. It makes a little bit better gravel. I won't do this if it's full of like a lot of wood or grass chunks, but this goes through pretty good. A lot of times if it's got a lot of grass or root system in it, I won't do this, but especially on a rainy day, stuff sticks to these rocks. It ain't a bad idea to send it through again. This ain't got too much root system in it, so. Buy the new version of this, keep this, but I'm going to put a 2-inch screen in it, and I think I'll yield a lot more gravel out of it if I was doing 2-inch. I want to get another one and basically leave it set up for boom. Sandy, but in a far shot from the video, but if you look close, there's a lot of 3/4 and 1/2 inch rock. Like I said, for what I do with it, it works out good. And I need some of this. I probably need 3 or 4 1-ton loads of that tomorrow and something I'm doing. So a lot of guys, big construction guys, will question whether it's worth doing, but it takes a product that's $6 to $7 a yard to sell, bank run gravel, and makes it into a product show people this. If you look at this pile, you can see the difference in color. This is all stuff I dug off ditches or roads the last few weeks. Some of this is like a pretty clean sandy gravel. This middle, you can see the brown. It's got a lot of organics, like leaves that have rotted over the years. I'm almost into that solid right now. So this is what I'll break down my manure pile with. I'm that guy. I will never break down my loam with sand. I'm not saying there's never a time that you should do it. I just don't do it. What I'll do is I normally set it aside until I get loam that's sandy when I'm screening it. You'll never see me put like a tan yellow straight sand in something to break it down. I'm screening this today, and it's not real good for structural stuff with all that organic in it anyway. Just explaining to people this is what I do. I'm mixing up a mix this week for a guy that wants, 18 inches underneath where I'm going to put his grass. So if the next 3 or 4 years, he'll make a decision where to put some shrubs. He wants to be able to dig into it and have something that's half decent. That not necessarily loam. He doesn't want to pay for straight loam to be put in that deep, which is crazy. But I'm going to make a material with my new manure pile and this that I can put as a base, because we got to fill in a pretty good hollow in his backyard. But I want to explain this, a rainy day project I'm doing, but I want to explain to people on my videos why I do what I do. But I'm not a big fan of breaking loam down with sand. Sometimes you do get loam that's just so sticky it's difficult to work with as far as doing lawns with. Another thing I do when I'm screening my loam, if I run into that, I set it aside and put it in. I'll make a garden soil out of it to sell, not a loam to do lawns. I have like 3 different mixtures of loam that I sell and use, and it's one's for doing grass, one's for doing gardening stuff, planting shrubs, and then I do another one that I call garden soil. Like someone wants me to put a garden in for them, and I get there and it's just there's no organics in their backyard. I'll haul this stuff in. Pretty heavy with manure. I have a couple farms I clean out every year. I set it aside on another lot I got, let it burn itself out. Then that's what I'm doing today. You'll see in the video I'm mixing some of that burned out manure into this stuff here to make a base for this guy's yard. But this is a little things I'm going to do in videos, explain to people why I do what I do and what to look for, because you really should never see loam with a lot of sand in it unless they're trying to sell you crap. A lot of guys they sell their loam by color, not by it's a good material or bad material. They want it to look brown or dark brown, and they'll put like ash. A lot of people up here, and including myself, once in a while I'll get a load of ash and I'll mix it into the loam pile, which is actually good. It's actually good to mix into it, but a lot of guys do it to darken their soil because there's a lot of sand in it. I do it because it sweetens the soil. Again, depending on, I put it in my garden soil that I sell people. So, but I just wanted to show this part of the video, and we'll get back to it. I don't know how well you can see it in the video, but see all the leaves and little sticks that come through that. Like I said, this is stuff I dig off. This is what I'm going to mix into the manure to give that guy a base for under where we're doing his lawn. He wants a base that's not gravel or it's just straight sand. And mixed in with the manure, you'll see when I go over and dump this in a pile, we'll mix it up. It's going to make a good base for him. want to show this too. This is the manure pile. This has probably been sitting here 2 years. This is from a farm I get that uses a lot of sawdust and small wood chip. And I'll mix some of this, and like I said, I'm going to mix up this guy some soil that's going to be good to plant. This here you let sit 2 years, it burns itself out. But that I put that here and just sawdust products. And the reason I'm getting into this pile today too is I gotta do 1 or 2 horse farms probably in the next month. I gotta go clean out, and that's where that pile will go, is right back here, and then I'll let it sit for 2 years. This is actually the back of a big pile that was here. So I've been working off this, mixing up some other garden soils and stuff too. But I just want to show the difference of how I do what I do. If this wasn't burned out pretty good, you'd see a lot more steam coming off that pile. That's kind of how I tell when it's ready to mix in. So that's pretty much what this is pretty much what that base material should look like. Like I said, this will give them something good to dig into. It's better than just filling your yard with sand. You're better off having this down there to dig into to put plantings in. He plans on putting trees in that are probably going to be about a 24-inch root ball, so this will be good, good growing. The root system will bite into it. Like I said, the rainy day thing I do. This job may not be coming up for a couple weeks, but I know it's a builder up here that I do. I did work on some houses that he was involved in the last couple of years. He likes my work, so I've been doing a lot of his personal stuff and other projects he's done too. So, but all right, I just figured I'd show that. That's what it should look like as a finished product. That will be a good mixture.